Yeah, I'm going to give Facebook and Instagram a few more moments to notify you all that I'm here. Good afternoon, family. Good evening. This is your girl, Nicole Bozeman. I am your mindset transformational coach. I'm founder and creator of Crystals, Diamonds, and Pearls. It is your safe space of transformation where you are able to come in and begin to create balance in your emotional, mental, and physical body so that you can really begin to experience wellness in all areas of your life. And today I wanted to come on, I wanted to talk to you all about embracing your dark space. Yeah, I know, right? I want you to hang in there with me. Don't assume anything just yet. I want you to hold on, because I really want to begin to show you how you can really embrace your dark space. And it doesn't mean, when you hear that, it doesn't mean going into a space of depression or anxiety or frustration, although that is an element of darkness, right? It is an experience, an emotional experience that we have when we step into what we look at and perceive and feel is a very deep, dark space. But today, I want to share with you a mindset shift, if you will allow me to help you, and so that I can show you how you can really begin to embrace that dark space. And there is a purpose behind it. And if you stick with me till the end, I promise you, you're going to be like, wow. It did it to me when I got this revelation about embracing my dark space. And my first thought was, no, no, because it is equated to such a negative experience or thought process or mindset or encounter, either individually or collectively, that we become intimidated and afraid of the darkness. But if you hang with me for a few moments, I'm going to show you just how we can really begin to embrace that dark space and allow ourselves to find the light within that darkness. And even in that space, I want to show you how you can really begin to experience wellness and create balance in the dark space. So as you are coming in, will you do me a favor? Will you tag a friend? Will you invite somebody to come in and hear this? I am so excited, and I'm in a sober space right now, because we really are under a spirit of anger. We are feeling it. It is weighty on us. It is altering our thought processes, our mindsets. This anger, this frustration, this agitation, and this aggression that you're feeling is real, family. It's no joke. You absolutely are feeling it. But again, I wanted to come on real quickly, and I wanted to share with you how we can begin, even in this midst of darkness, how we can embrace our dark space and find the light within. So real quick, as you're continuing to come in, I just want to reintroduce myself one more time. My name is Nicole. I am your mindset transformational coach, and I am founder and creator of Crystals, Diamonds, and Pearls. I'm also a host of an amazing Zoom live session that I'm going to be presenting on August 8th called Reclaiming Your Power of Choice. And I'm going to share more about that later on. But again, I just wanted to come on, and I wanted to talk to you all about embracing your dark space. What does that mean? What does it look like? And why the heck would I say it? I know, right? So listen, again, as I was sharing and as we are all experiencing, and I want you to let me know in the comments below, do you feel the spirit, this heaviness, this aggravation, this anger, this aggression? Have you been feeling it the last couple of days? If you have, will you let me know in the comments below? Just say, yes, I've been feeling it. Either you've been the recipient of somebody else's emotional outburst or anger or aggression, or you yourself have been aggressive towards somebody. I shared yesterday in my video, and I'll share a link in the comments below when I'm done. And I talked about that. I talked about, how we are in this spirit of aggression. And I asked, how are you all feeling? I did a wellness checkup because I wanted to see how you're handling the weightiness of this spirit and this heaviness and this darkness that's taking place, right? And so today I wanted to extend that a little further, and I wanted to expand it even more. Because not only do we have this aggression, but now it feels like it's so dark. And so I guess you're looking at me thinking, Nicole, why the heck would I want to embrace anything that's dark? Just hold on. Yeah? Because the truth of the matter is we are living under this collective grieving. And as a nation, we are grieving so much. We're grieving our loss of life. And not in a sense of physical death, but life as we knew it. Life that was pre-COVID. Yeah. We're losing our ability to live the way that we did before, to experience the experiences that we had, to have the relationships and the encounters that we used to have, to do some of the things that we used to do. We're becoming limited in how we're able to do that. Many of us feel like we're losing our life, our way of living. Yeah, and not only that, we feel like our future has been foreclosed on. But what does that mean? It means that we've lost our power of choice. And just like when you don't pay your mortgage payments, the bank will come and foreclose on your property and take it away from you. It will force you out. And we have found ourselves under this umbrella of anger and agitation and aggression and grief, so much so that it has put us in this space where we feel like everything about us is being foreclosed on. Yeah? And so today I want to talk about how to embrace the dark space that sometimes and oftentimes and maybe many times, I know for me personally, I found myself in those dark spaces, those pockets where I just felt like I was done. I could feel the depression coming on. Like I literally felt it just kind of coming down on me like a heavy blanket. And I understood and I understand, and many of you do too, that we have to have darkness in order to have light. Yeah. Have to have rain in order to have sunshine. And we get that. But to embrace it and to allow ourselves to acknowledge it is sometimes very difficult to do. And so I wanted to share with you how you can begin to do that. And not so much how, but why you should. This is the thing, when we become afraid, when we become fearful of or intimidated, anxious, it becomes very dark. We become depressed when we're dealing with anxiety, fear, the unknown, feeling disconnected, when we're imbalanced in our emotional, mental bodies, and we're off kilter, not connected to ourselves in our physical body, in our space. It feels dark. When we're going through and we decide that we're going to change our mindsets, we're going to shift some things in our life, and we're going to be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. It first looks very dark. And oftentimes, the renewal process or being transformed process in that scriptural text, the transforming and the renewal, we walk away from and we stop it or we pause it because we're too afraid to embrace that dark space. But what I want to show you is how or why it's okay to do it. See, because first, when we're in that dark space, we feel like our purpose has been buried in the pain of somebody else's past. This is what happens when we're in that dark space. Our identity becomes distorted. We're no longer our own vision keepers. Somebody else has our vision. Our desires become shackled to the needs of others. You have desires in your heart, but oftentimes they'll be shackled to what somebody else needs from you. And so your desires become a prisoner to their needs. Dark space. Your destiny becomes a prisoner of your fear. How do we get out of that space, out of that emotional upheaval and roller coaster ride of craziness and madness that we find ourselves on when we step into this space that feels, looks, and sounds dark? Can I share something with you? When I began my healing journey 5 years ago, I heard this concept, and it took me a minute because I just could not walk away or control, alt, delete the thought process or the mindset or the belief system that anything dark is negative. Outside of black being beautiful and black don't crack, and all that stuff. But when we're talking about our emotional and mental well-being, our environmental well-being, our spiritual well-being, our social well-being, our physical well-being, and we connect it to anything dark, we immediately take this negative, weighty, I don't want to deal with this emotional feeling, right? And if you've ever felt like that, if you've ever gotten to a place where you felt like there was something you had to embrace, but it felt dark and dim and you couldn't see, you couldn't perceive. If you ever felt like it was too much, too weighty, and you just walked away, will you let me know? Will you just share that with me? Will you let me know that I'm not alone in experiencing that? Because I sure did. Several times. Okay, many times. Which is why many of us find ourselves in the space of constantly on this merry-go-round of questioning and these roller coaster rides of emotions. Because there's that side of us that wants the experience. We want the wellness. We want the transformation. We want the shift. We want this different mindset and thought process, right? But then that side that feels like your purpose is buried in the pain of their past, or your identity has become distorted, altered. Your desires are shackled to their needs. And your destiny becomes a prisoner of your fears and theirs. We can't see our way out. Yes. Have you ever experienced that? If you have, let me tell you and let me encourage you, congratulations. And you're not alone. first I want you to know that you have been victorious. You are continuously being victorious. You want to know how? Because you're here. Yeah. And so how can we take the fear out of that dark space, out of stepping into it and finding out what it is that is trying to change, shift, or transform? It's in the dark space where you're safe. You want to know why? You want to know how? Because when you step into that dark space, it's not a space, it's a space of transformation. It's also in that space where it's just you and that which is greater in your life. It's you and God, or whomever you choose to be greater in your life. Which now means you have no nosy neighbors, no nosy friends, no talking in your ear, all that chatter, chaos, noise, confusion. One person has an opinion over here, somebody else has an opinion over there. When you're in that dark space, guess what? There is no fear, nothing you can hold on to. It is truly standing in your truth. And that's why we fear it. Because many of us are afraid to stand in our truth. Because as I said in the beginning, it's just you and that which is greater in your life. And oftentimes we want to bring other people into our dark space, which then puts them on our emotional roller coaster rides. Yeah. And ultimately, it does not serve. It becomes too weighty. It becomes and puts you in a place of dysfunction and discord and anger. We don't want to be angry no more. We have enough of that collectively as a nation. We are experiencing the spirit of anger that has come because we have been grieving as a nation for so long that now we're angry, we're agitated, and we're aggravated. And many are looking for a fight. And in the midst of all of that, we still want to experience wellness in all areas of our lives. So how do we do it? I want you to not be afraid to embrace your dark space. Because when you learn, and as you learn to reclaim your power of choice, see, that's going to be key. You'll become empowered to begin to reclaim the power within your dark space. So what does that look like? What do I mean when I talk about your dark space? I want you to stop for a minute. And I want you to let go for just a moment. And you can come back and hold and grab a hold of it. But for just these few moments, so that you can really hear and receive what I'm getting ready to share with you, I want you to let go of your ideology of darkness. That prick that you felt when you heard me say embrace your dark space. That, what? Hold up, what are you talking about? Or that feeling of apprehension that, what do you mean? Because in darkness is depression, is sadness, is disappointment. There's nothing good in darkness. When you think about darkness, we think about the dark alley. Don't go down the dark alley. Don't go into the dark room. But I want to share with you. I want to share with you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reasons why it's okay to embrace your dark space. Are you ready? Here's reason number one. Without darkness, light wouldn't exist. I know. But think about this. In the scriptures, it says that God said when he was creating the earth in Genesis, let there be light. Now, in order for light to have come, there had to be darkness. So out of your darkness comes your eternal light. Isn't that amazing? I know. Who would have thought it? From that place of darkness, from your dark space, is where your light is created and manifested, and it glows. It's also, without darkness, the stars wouldn't shine. No, neither would the moon. We would not have the pleasure of enjoying those experiences when we were younger. Now, I don't see the stars as much. Maybe it's because of where I live at. I don't know. I'm sure if you go further down south, they may come out more. You're out west and you're, out there in the woods and the wilderness, and maybe they'll come out more there. I don't see them as much, which is really sad. But I can remember as a little girl looking up and seeing the stars all in the sky. But the only time I could see them was when? At night, in the dark. How many of you experienced fireflies? As a kid, I used to run out and chase them and put them in the jar, and then you poke the holes in it so that they wouldn't die. They would die anyway. But the fun part was the lightning bugs, was to grab them and capture them, right? But again, that beautiful experience and that amazing memory had to be done and could only be experienced in the dark. And I'm sorry you guys hear the noise behind me. Somebody's in the hallway yelling. Just bear with me. The other thing, and the other reason why it's okay to embrace your dark space is because without darkness, you would never get rest. So here's my question to you. How many of you sleep with your light on? Window shades open. Let me know in the comments. Nobody? Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? No? That part. In darkness is where we get our rest. We command it. When we are weary and drained and tired, you go into a dark space, a dark room, to look for and command and experience rest, relaxation, and rejuvenation. Now I'm going to let that sit there for 1 second. You ready to embrace your dark space now? Yes, I know. So am I. That's the beauty of it. You find your rest in the darkness. So why are you afraid to embrace it? Here's the other thing you find in the darkness. Now, everybody might not do it, but the majority of us do. You have your sex in the dark. I'm just saying. Your intimacy, your intimate moments and encounters are in darkness. Now again, everybody, may not flow like that. You may like to have the light on, or, hey, to each his own. But in this moment right here, what I want you to see is that one of the most beautiful and most desired experiences that we as human beings can have is intimacy, physical intimacy, one with another. And probably more than 85 to 90% of the time is in the dark space. Yeah. So you get your rest and you get your satisfaction in a dark space. The truth of the matter is that here's number 5. Without darkness, your chaos would never be able to transform into your peace. How do you know you're at peace if you don't first have chaos to bring that peace into, to transform it? When you learn and you appreciate the power of the dark space and become and not intimidated to embrace the darkness, that's where you're really going to find your power, your strength, and the truth of the matter is you're going to find your purpose there, because it silenced the noise. It makes everything come subject to the silence. Are you ready to have that type of experience? How many of you are willing to transform and shift your mindset around the ideology of being in darkness and begin to embrace the fact that without it, you won't have your rest? Light won't be able to exist, because light can exist in light. And you'll never see the light unless you step in the dark. Yeah. Most of us make love in the dark. Watch this. Our babies are formed in darkness. Our wombs aren't light. We don't have solar panels on our stomach when we're pregnant. Everything is dark. And yet, we have life forming within us as moms. I know, deep. Yes, it's okay. Your chaos will be transformed in that dark space. Because again, all that noise goes into the silence, and the silence is going to overpower the noise and quiet it. Many are afraid to embrace that dark space because it comes with this requirement of letting go and letting God. And many are too afraid to do that because there's too many unknowns. What do I love about embracing my dark space? What did I learn when I learned to do that? This is 2 things that happened to me. When I really received and embraced this concept of embracing my dark space and realizing that being in that dark space is life-changing. It became life-changing for me. Because what it did is it required and caused many people who were in my space and in my atmosphere, who were talking but saying nothing, it removed them out of my space. It took my energy vampires away. Yeah. It silenced my inner bully so that those inner thoughts had to get quiet. It made everybody else around me be quiet. Because when I stepped into that space, it could not take in any other noise. And oftentimes what happens is when we find ourselves in those spaces, when it seems dark and unproductive and unsupportive by man, you're put in that space so you can find the support from God or that which is greater in your life. So when you learn, or when you allow yourself, I'm not going to say learn, you have to allow yourself to embrace your dark space, you're going to come out so much more powerful, so much more empowered, standing in your purpose with clarity of thought and mind. You'll have the opportunity in your dark space, when you embrace it, to shut everybody else up around you. And for those of us who are in a space where we're in midlife, or we're experiencing our life changes within us externally, when we're in menopause, for those of us who have experienced death by way of being a widow or a divorcee, or just losing relationships and friendships because of what happened with COVID in 2020 and the isolation. For those who find themselves as empty nesters, and you're in this space in your life right now where you're looking at your kids and be like, you all don't need me anymore. Now what do I do with all this parental power I had? Where does it go now? How do I distribute and disperse it? I can't hold it and contain this parental power. I'm in overload right now, and I feel like I'm going to shut down because I can't really release it because you guys don't need me like that. I'm becoming an empty nester. I'm finding myself not being needed as much as I used to be. Now, while when they're young, we were like, I can't wait to turn 18 to get out the house. When they get out the house, we're like, what's happening? Don't you need me? Hey, when'd you call me? What's going on? What you doing? When you get all into the business, right? Okay, it's just me. Never mind. Maybe it's just me who does that. I found a beautiful support system, and I found a community of like-minded individuals and people who understood the need and the necessity and the why of embracing our dark space. And I began to realize my dark space really isn't as dark as I thought it is. How many of you all get up beneath the covers at night and put the covers over your head? Why? Why do you do that? Why do you not turn your lights on when you're ready to go to bed? Why don't you make it bright and light like you like it? Why is it that at night you do most of your partying in the dark? You have a lot of your enjoyment in the evening hours. Most prayer services, church events are in the evening. So to take on this mindset of embracing your dark space, in order to do that, you just have to remember that there are some beautiful things that come out of the dark. Ask God. Everything He created out of the darkness. Everything that we say we appreciate about nature and the firmament and the animals and the beasts of the air, fowls, fish in the sea, all of that we talk about, that we enjoy, was all created out of darkness. And so were you and me and our kids. Let's just be truthful, right? Let me know I'm not alone in this mindset It's okay, family. There's nothing wrong with it. This darkness is not a darkness of depression, sadness, frustration, fear, though you will feel those things because we have attached those definitions and those adjectives and those emotional experiences to that concept of darkness. Who told you that darkness was not to be embraced? Who told you that you couldn't? Remember that the next time you turn off the lights, that part. Embracing your dark space can be very beautiful. It can be liberating. It can be sexy. It's empowering. Yeah. When you allow yourself to embrace your dark space, it's not a negative thing. This is to empower you and to silence the noise. When you don't have the words or the ability to tell people to shut up, when you allow yourself to embrace your darkness, they can't come with you. And the truth of the matter is they're not going to want to. You know how they're going to sound? What's wrong with you? You acting all crazy. Oh my God, you used to, and now you just different. You're weird. You're acting funny. I don't understand. You used to be. Now you... And every time you hear somebody say that, I want to give you kudos. Congratulations. You, loved one, are in the process of transformation and a mindset shift that they see in you and they don't like it. And so today you're going to give yourself permission to be okay with them not being okay with the transformed you. Because you, those who are watching this video and sharing it and embracing this mindset, are really okay with stepping into your dark space, because you understand there is some amazing, beautiful, untainted, uncompromised, uncontaminated experiences, mindsets, passions, purpose that you will experience, encounter, embrace in that darkness, so that when you step out, you are the light. Yes? You can't become the light until you step into that dark. Remember, God created the earth and created light out of darkness. And so can you. Are you ready to do that? Are you ready to have that experience? Are you ready to stand and say, you know what? Even though it feels, looks, and sounds dark, I'm going to embrace this. Because in this space right here is where my truth lies, uncontaminated. It's where my passion and purpose lies, uncontaminated, not diseased. Nobody's controlling it. Nobody's trying to manipulate it. It's pure. I love this stuff. Oh my God, I love this mindset. I love it so much. It has helped me to allow myself to transform, so that I can really begin, and so that I was able to begin and have continued to create balance in my emotional and mental and physical space and bodies. I've really learned to create, and I am experiencing wellness in all areas of my life, because I've learned to embrace my darkness. Because I know within the darkness, my truth, my light, my passion and my purpose are being transformed, created, so that when God says, let there be light, here I come. What about you? Are you ready to have that type of experience? Are you ready to allow God to push you and speak you out of the dark into the light? Don't be afraid to embrace your darkness. There is beauty there. And remember that the next time you go to turn out your lights with your mate. That's beautiful. Yes? See what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. It is amazing. It is a mindset shift that today many people are still afraid to embrace. But I'm going to ask you this final question. If God said, let there be light, and he didn't find wrong in darkness, he created, and we manifested out of darkness, why are you afraid of it? Who told you? Who made you afraid? Who did it? I want you to know, family, that you have found a beautiful support system and a community that will allow you to step into your darkness, embrace your darkness, and show you and support you while you transform in your darkness. Was it Moses who was on the backside of the desert? Who was in the cave of Adullam? That part. So are you ready to embrace your darkness? Listen, I hope that you are. And I want you to know that it's okay. And that I am here to support you. I love the fact that you're ready to do it. I want to encourage you to not be intimidated by it. To know that beauty comes from it. And the truth of the matter is that many of us need to step back into it and embrace it so that we can silence the noise, silence the voices, silence the negativity, release ourselves from those energy vampires, and silence our inner critic. And allow that which is greater in your life, my life, and our life, speak us back into light. Yes. Are you ready? If you are, just leave me a comment in the comment section below. Say, yes, let's do this. And we're going to start by learning how to reclaim our power of choice. And then it's a powerful thing to have, and we're losing it. We've lost it. We're losing it in many ways and in many facets and areas of our lives. And it's time to reclaim our power of choice. So if you're ready to do that, I want to invite you to join me on August 8th at 2 p.m. for Reclaim Your Power of Choice Part 2. I'm going to delve in even deeper, and I'm going to begin to show you how you can reclaim that power and begin to make and create options and choices for your life so that you can experience wellness in all areas of your life. Because we've lost our power of choice, we are finding ourselves on these emotional roller coaster rides. And we're experiencing this grief and this anger and this agitation. And I don't know about you all, that ain't not my vibe. That's not my flow. That's not my energy. That's not my space. And that's not where I want to be. So that anger, though it's collective and we're under the umbrella of it, does not mean I have to hold on to it and allow it to weigh me down. So I've learned, and I love the fact that when I get into those moments of darkness, I'll embrace it. I'll acknowledge my emotions, my feelings, my frustrations, and my fears. And then I let go and let God. still do some work because I always have work to do. I embrace the fact that my rest comes in darkness. My energy, my rejuvenation comes from the darkness. My intimacy and my love and my passion comes in the darkness. Yeah? And I can silence my chaos in the darkness. And that I really like. So if you're ready to do that, I want you to register for this class. When you learn to reclaim your power of choice, you will understand how and why it really is a good thing to embrace your dark space. And you won't be afraid of it because there's power in it. So do me a favor. Guys, I want you to register for this class. It is a Zoom Live. There is an investment to it, but this investment in you is so powerful because it's going to remind you of who you are and whose you are. And when you step into that safe space on August 8th, I'm going to show you exactly how to reclaim your power of choice so that you will be comfortable and empowered to embrace your dark space. Now, if you're ready to do that, make sure you register today. I'm going to leave the link in the comments below. And if you're on my Facebook page, it is in my bio. Register today, guys. This is going to be such an important Zoom class. And I'm so excited to be able to share it with you. We have to learn how to find that balance and to reclaim our power of choice back. This, especially now in this post-COVID, still COVID society that we are now living in. We are now having to reestablish what our new normal looks like. How do we have relationship, connectivity? How do we have conversation one with another? How do we keep the intimacy and relationships going? So make sure you join me today. Join me on August 8th. Register today. Join me on August 8th for Reclaiming Your Power of Choice Part 2. And there you're going to learn how, and I'm going to show you how to embrace your dark space. How to really create that balance in your emotional and mental and physical body so you can really begin to experience wellness in your environment, in your emotions, in your thoughts, in your spiritual space, in your physical body, and watch this, in your social space too. Yeah, are you ready to do that? I know you are, and I'm so excited. Listen, guys, I want to thank you all for joining me today. There's nothing wrong with embracing your dark space. Let me tell you something. When you learn how to do it, and you understand why and how, yeah, it won't be a problem at all, guys. And I'm encouraging you to process this and sit with this for a moment. This thought process is different. I know. That's what mindset shifts come to do. It comes to pull you out of what's familiar and comfortable and make you feel a little uncomfortable. I'm glad that you do. And if you are with me and you get it and you understand it, will you let me know and show your love and support? I want to know that I'm not alone in this feeling that there is so much beauty that comes out of darkness. Why am I afraid to embrace it? Even in the worst part, even in when we experienced it the worst during 2020, many of us did. When I look back on it now again, when you're in it, it's like, oh my God. But I look back on it, I'm like, wow, thank you. Thank you. Because in that dark space there, I found the real me. I found my purpose, my passion, my desires. I found love and support, and I felt empowered. And now I'm in this space outside of it. Well, I really do feel like my light is shining. And I want you to have that same experience. So if you're ready to do that, again, please make sure to register today. Check out the links and know that it is okay to embrace your dark space. And we're all going to learn how to collectively do it on August 8th. And as we learn how to reclaim our power of choice. So if you're ready to do that, please make sure that you register today. And if you feel like you got it and you really don't, you're okay and you're in a good space, share with somebody. It's okay. I'm glad that you're well. I'm glad that you're experiencing wellness in all areas of your life. That's what this is all about. If you're in that space where you're truly experiencing your wellness and you're living your best and you're doing the dang going thing, I'm sure you know somebody who isn't. And so will you share this with them and invite them to join us on August 8th so that they too can begin to experience and learning how to reclaim their power of choice so that they can experience and begin to embrace their dark space and so much more. So listen, guys, I want to thank you so much for joining me. I love you guys so very much. I am so honored to be here as your mindset transformational coach and having this platform, this opportunity to share this story, share my truth, share these resources, and be this support system and a safe space for you. It just lights me up inside. And I hope that you all see it, hear it, and feel it. Know that I love you guys. Have a beautiful rest of your Thursday. As you can see, I am out on location. And for those of you who know, you know. And yeah, I am having a good time today. And I just wanted to come on and share this with you and share the love and let you know that you guys are doing a fabulous job. You are working through. You are determined, and even if you feel like you need more support or you feel like you're not there yet, you're here and you've shown up for yourself by coming to this live and participating. And for that, I'm so honored. So have a beautiful rest of your Thursday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we will chat again soon. Now make sure that you register, guys, for August 8th, how to reclaim the power of choice. I'll leave the links in the comments below. I love you all. Have a beautiful rest of your night. Bye, guys. Hey, make sure you share this video. Thank you. Bye.